Hi, I'm Tony, this is Slack, welcome to Smog Vlog. Today we are chatting about the Vaper Expo 2017, the big weekend. Kapow!
Wait, that says press. Alright, welcome back in the room, guys. Yeah, like we said, Vaper Expo. Yeah, it's a really awesome weekend. We were there Friday and Saturday, couldn't make it on Sunday. It's actually Sunday night now. We're just sort of catching up, gone through our notes, tried to get our shit together so we can tell you how the experience was. If you couldn't make it yourself, hopefully it'll still sort of give you an idea of what went on, who we spoke to, stuff like that, and maybe give you an appetite to go see the next one, But yeah, it's not about that. So what it was about for us, one of the big things that I really wanted to see is how the TPD has affected these expos and the vaping community, the vape industry, everything, because the TPD is that big harsh hammer that's hit down, and I was really worried that it was going to have messed things up. So it was going to be really interesting going to the expo and seeing how things have changed compared to previous expos.
Yeah, along with seeing how the TPD had effectively fucked it up for everyone, we also wanted to meet up with all the hardware and juice manufacturers that we knew from previous expos, but also a load of the new crowd as well. We're always eager to sort of go round, press the flesh as it were. Oh. And we did a hell of a lot of it.
Yeah, you did at Vapers Cloud.
Oh,
yeah.
Raw. But going back to the juice, I wanted to see what companies were coming out with. We obviously know from our various contacts that we've got in the juice industry how various companies are managing to deal with the regulations and how they're sort of still managing to push their juices. And we wanted to see if there are any new and interesting ones that were at the event.
So Tony's been banging on for ages about doing vaping in cars, and seeing as there were both of us in a car for a very long time, probably 8 hours the weekend, no, probably more than that actually, with your detours around Birmingham on the end of the first day. So yeah, many hours. So yeah, we got a bit of road footage on the way to the venue, so yeah, let's check that out now.
Well, let's go. We're recording, doing something live and fine. Hi, I'm Slack, this is Tony, this is a car, this is a road trip. Woo! Bro vlog! Yeah. So yeah, Tony wanted to do vaping in cars, and a wall of silence greets us. That's like half an hour's worth of setup trying to get this camera working and set up in the right place, connected, and yeah, just to say that, 3 seconds, worth it. Yeah, totes worth it. Yeah, it's weird. We've got to shut the windows, so you can hear us and we can hear ourselves, which means that the vape is just going to congregate in here, so we're just going to slowly disappear. We like doing an iJoy review back on the sofa. Yeah, what could go wrong? See, it's Friday, it's early o'clock. working, but believe me, it was a sickening feeling when it hit the concrete and you're like, oh my god, no. So I kept this really nice. I mean, I had a sleeve for it and everything, so it's all nicely protected. I've had it for a while and it's still fucking spotless. Dropped it on the fucking concrete, it's now scuffed up to shit. And the back door has now got some wobble in it as well, which I fucking hate, and I think I've bent it somehow.
Got wobbly back door.
Oh, it's so annoying. So yeah, anyway, I got that. And what else we got? Dump tank. I brought the Hugo Vaper with me, 160, and
Mellow 300.
Mellow 300.
But it's not on. It is on.
It is on. It's just performing like a bag of shit. Bag of shit?
65 watts, what do you expect? Recommended core wattage, 100 to 300 watts. Tony's got it at 65.1. That 0.1 is all important. This is like going to a brothel for a hug. Kind of going through the motions, but you know.
Never underestimate the power of a hug.
Yeah, true, hugs are good, but I wouldn't necessarily pay for one.
Now the problem is, there's two problems here with my setup. My tanks need to be switched around the other way on different mods, because the Hugo Vaper has a very low tolerance to heat. So if it registers a PCB overheat, it effectively shuts down.
Which is good, that's good protection.
That is good. However,
it may be a little bit sensitive.
Check our other reviews for the Mellow 300 review, where we tell you that the base of the Mellow 300 gets fucking hot.
It really does, yeah. So my other setup, I've got an RX 200 with whatever this grim green job is.
Recoil, RDA.
There we go, and some really grim coils, which I'm actually going to change out in the car. So that'll be fun. I might even film it because there's going to be comedy gold right there.
We're arrive at the expo with mostly a setup. Coils coming out.
This may or may not explode on first use. Well, it's on a regulated mod, so you know we take some, if not all, of that responsibility away from my bad building skills on the road. But there we go. Keep me out of trouble for the journey. So while we're in the car talking about dripping and stuff, yeah, dripping and driving. Yeah, who does it? Tony, do you ever do it?
No, but then I'm not big into dripping. You've always been the main dripper. You always have to take it to that next level, don't you?
Can't help it.
Thank you. No, it's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah,
Keeps me on my toes. Some weird, also erotic asphyxiation going on there somewhere. Dripping and driving. Where were we? No, I've only just recently bought. What the fuck did I buy?
Kangen.
Oh yeah, Kangen drip box. Hold on, let me do that again. I've only just recently bought the Kangen drip box 160 in the TBD sales. The week before TBD kicked in, there were fucking shitloads of sales going on everywhere. So I got that for an absolute song because I was talking to Slack about it pretty much keep 'em keen. No, treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen. Vehicle. We live?
Yeah.
5 in 5?
Live now.
So the talking point for that one was really dripping versus squonking in the car, and to my mind,
Smoking has some huge advantages.
yeah,
It's definitely a lot easier. I've got the easy dripper system.
these cunts, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry, we've just had a Polsky fucking Arctic try to pull out on me. Oh, now he uses his fucking
They
indicator.
nearly took the front of the car out and now he decides to fucking indicate.
Guys, we apologise, but this is going to be a little bit sweary, this one, because fucking wankers everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sponking versus dripping.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Yeah.
Huge advantages for the sponking.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. I mean, personally, I have the easy dripper system, so it's just like a bar optic. You just go and it's done. But the downside with that is when you get where you're going, you've got to take your bottle with you, otherwise you leave it here just sat in plastic in a hot car.
Yeah, on the windscreen.
Yeah, that's like one of the highest places known to man. So, you know, it's going to start oxidising your e-juice with the plastics, and you're going to be vaping that shit. And you need to take the bottle with you, which, you know, if that's the only bottle you've got, is good. But I prefer just normal bottles for filling up. I don't like the easy dripper as much for just going around refilling, because it's great for the car where you can't see what you're doing, you just put it in and go. But when you're actually trying to see what's going on in there, you don't have that level of control. So, yeah. Stuff. So yeah, dripping, yeah, it is alright, and there are definitely ways to do it safely. But swanking is definitely a lot easier, a lot better. But for me, I'm still tanks and tank. I'm still drippers and tanks. That's my main thing.
That's his bag.
Yeah.
Baby. So guys, handing it across to you, because this is, as always, is more of a conversation than it is just two arseholes talking, admittedly in a car this time, as opposed to, what the fuck is this guy playing at? As opposed to usually on the sofa. But, you know, tell us what you think. What's your take on it? Dripping versus squonking in the car?
Or in general, you know, it'd have to, has anyone been like a hardcore dripper and got into squonking and not gone back to dripping due to the convenience of just having a squeaky bottle, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like we've been going forever already. Do you reckon we've been going 500 miles? When you're doing that, it just makes you think, get out.
You flaming Glas.
Right, day 2.
Day 2.
On the road again. Doesn't just keep doing that, you know.
No, you don't. It does in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know any more of the song.
Yeah, so the weather is now nice. It was pissing with rain earlier. I woke up early o'clock this morning, it was nice and sunny. And I'm like, great, went in the shower, I come out of the shower and I can still hear running water. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Traffic, don't kill us.
Okay then. Life. Breathe.
Yeah, we just had a really close call back there because we were driving down the M40 and all of a sudden everyone did an emergency stop for nothing. I can only assume someone saw a goat on the road or something. Fuck knows.
That was pretty hairy from 70 down to
0.
But yeah.
No, I think maybe 5 miles an hour. We didn't stop, but it near us down
In a few seconds, it was yeah, definitely had to pull into the inside, outside lane,
centre lane. Yeah.
and sort of calm our nerves a little bit.
Yeah, that's before the camera come out. Tony was luckily paying attention. I was fucking with you, so I was on the phone. And yeah, it's so funny. Yesterday, one of our subscribers sent us a link to a video of him playing a prank. In the car, he lives in Australia, and yeah, he's driving down the road. One of his kids
just falling asleep, and they get everyone else in the car to join in. So like, when I brake, scream really loud and like, filming it. Brake, everyone screams, the kids like, ah! And that was us. That was actually us. And yeah, for real.
Not a prank.
But luckily, all was good so far. So yeah, that's awesome. So we are back on the road, heading to Birmingham. Birmingham for us English speakers. Birmingham.
Feeling like sacks of shit.
Yeah. But yesterday was tough. Ingrained toenail and everything this morning. Massive bags under my eyes. And like, do we have to? But then again, I am kind of excited to go buy loads of stuff. I've seen loads of stuff I was having an argument about yesterday. And today I'm going to go back and go, one of those please, my good man.
It really is good for going that first day, looking at everything and just like, okay, thank you for the information, I'll have a think about it, and then come back the next day and it's like, fucking buy.
Yeah.
At least that way you feel like you've had time to quietly reflect on your purchases as opposed to feeling bad afterwards with the impulse buy if you're straight away with it.
Yeah. Why did you buy a 60mm fucking dripper? What is the need for this? Whereas if you go home and think about it, you might have a more sensible approach.
Yeah, absolutely. I fucking need a 60mm dripper.
Yeah, they don't do it, by the way.
Not yet.
Yeah, it's only a bit. Come on, Mason, where are you at?
Alright guys, just got here, NEC. There it is.
Glory. Can we go inside?
Let's go inside.
Good. Get hair off his nose. Look great.
Here we are walking in. There it is. Look at it go. Completely fucking empty. We've come on the wrong day.
Oh yeah, there's a sign.
There's a sign. Alright guys, let's do this shit.
Custard just started working.
Right guys, that's enough fuckery with those two arseholes in the car. Back to us again, talking about the event. So, first and foremost, going into the event, the organisers of the Vaper Expo put out a Facebook post saying if you're going to be going to the event, leave a bit earlier because we're going to have extra security on the event doors for going in and checking bags and stuff. That's fine. That is we are totally fucking fine with that. But it was prevalent when we walked in there, sort of like security on every fucking door. They were checking everyone's fucking bags.
Yeah, I'm going to dive in there and say the security were actually really, really good. Sometimes you go to a place, it's more of a London thing maybe, that security are just like want to be cops and they're really sort of stuck up chip on your shoulders. These guys were so nice, they were efficient, they were pleasant, and it was really good. Like we say, we were happy to have security there anyway, but even better that it was really good security. It was handled really well.
Coupled with that security on the doors, when we're actually inside the event, dotted around the arena was also other security guards, which was reassuring for us. I mean, when you're walking around there, there's someone always close at hand. But on top of that, when we were walking around, there would be a picture probably popping up now of actual armed police in the event as well. Now, these were the only two guys that we saw, and that was on the Saturday, but they were really nice guys. I mean, they were chatting to everyone. It was just sort of like, yeah, here's my fucking big gun.
Big guns, yeah.
But after they got done with their old internal examination, carried on about their merry way, and everything was good. A good time had by all.
Yeah, it was quite interesting because, you know, you got people like Riot Squad there. You're like, is this part of the show? I'll just go get my photo with them, but, you know, we're actually working.
He was genuinely like, are they toy guns? Are they real police? Hold on a minute, there's no orange tips to the end. I said, be careful with that, otherwise someone will be having a tip.
Yeah, so when we arrived on Friday morning, yeah, there was security wasn't bad. There wasn't a big queue for security, only 2 or 3 deep at each door, which is brilliant. You know, it didn't take long at all, nice and efficient. It got inside there was a pretty serious queue for getting your tickets organised, you know, for cash sales and stuff. However, you know, given that, I mean, Friday's business to business day, but there's also like VIP and you know, other people like us there, and so it was still a busy day, you know, and yeah, queue wise there was a reasonable queue going on. Luckily for us, press and VIP just sort of ducked down the end and go in a much shorter queue, so we weren't there very long at all, which is what you want. However, when we arrived on the following morning, on the Saturday morning, the queues were just sort of like non-existent really. They had either been handled much more efficiently, you know, and gone through, you know, expecting the bigger queues, they sort of handled it better, or just people had sort of staggered themselves over the Saturday. So yeah, I don't think it was like the queue debacle like we saw at Vape Jam last year, you know, where people are going to be sending hate letters about it, but you know, it's certainly good to see sort of a lot of people showing up for these things.
Moving over to the actual size of the event now, they've taken out 3 sort of like big hall sizes. Looking at the map of the NEC, it sort of like took out one side of the whole of the NEC. This was a huge event and it was absolutely fucking brilliant. What I was surprised about is even with that huge size, you walk in there, you still walk into a cloud of fucking smog. I couldn't believe it. This huge fucking air ducting system on the top, and it was working, and it's still just a fucking wall as you walked in there. But definitely noticeably bigger than last time. On the Friday when we went there, not as huge clouds. You could actually sort of like see right the way down, big long alleys, and yeah, it was just massive.
Yeah, I think the organisers have done really, really well with the layout this year as well. It was a nice shape, you know, just sort of a giant rectangle really, you know, and that makes it a lot easier to find your way around now this sort of L-shaped bit where people don't go down the back. And sort of to add to the sort of good idea that they had for the layout, rather than having the stage right in the middle, they actually put the stage at the far end. So literally front doors here, stages at the back, sort of there, and that's brilliant because everyone comes in and out the front door, and then everyone goes to the stage, and that lures people down to the vendors hidden right in those back corners. So you had some really big vendors out in these back corners where, you know, sometimes you might not get as much foot traffic past, but you know, it seemed to be working really well. There weren't any vendors that were particularly quiet or in areas that were quiet, you know. It was all well populated and sort of well spread out, and that also works for us going around the event, you know. So there wasn't like mega queues at one place and other places completely deserted. It was much more evenly spread out throughout the day.
So some of the vendors bringing their A game with the huge attractions, and the most notables first and foremost has got to be Frontline with their scare maze.
Yeah, it was really awesome experience. In fact, I won't say too much because we actually filmed it. Yeah, so if you want to see me screaming like a little bitch, just check this video. If it doesn't interest you, obviously our time codes are going to be all in the thing, so you can skip past these things. So don't just turn off yet, you know, stay with us, it'll be worth it.
That's a big promise.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the pipes are attacking! Ah! Ah!
So that was the scare maze that Frontline bought. Yeah, it was really good fun. Got to try their juice as well outside, which was really nice, and really nice people working there. What you probably couldn't tell from the videos, they actually opened it up early, especially for us on the Saturday. Then sort of got round to opening it yet because it was still really quiet when we got there. And yes, it was awesome. So we just got like a private run through basically, and yeah, it was good. I think they've done really well in terms of bringing a show. That is what you do. It's awesome. I'm going to remember that for probably years.
Next up was Riot Squad with their huge fucking castle they had set up on their little stand thing that you had to, well, you didn't have to, but he did anyway, register your information, then stand in the queue.
I registered yours.
Yeah, thanks. I've noticed all that spam coming through now. No, I'm joking. It's mostly porn. That's unrelated. Moving on. So, you got blessed by this faux vicar bloke, or got down on one knee and then
trusted his credentials.
Sucks him off. Yeah, this guy, first down on his knee. I'm like, no, fuck you, I ain't getting down on my knee. I've seen this film before.
Yeah, well, if a thing's worth doing, it's worth doing right. So, you get the full experience.
So we've got video of this walkthrough as well for them. So if you want to watch it, it's coming now. As always, time code's down below. If you want to skip, it's funny-ish, maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
Danny, take your knee, bow your head, okay? I'm going to bless you. You look very confused. Then come closer. I'm not one of them weird trees, I promise. Not bring this name anyway. Right, if you can take one knee like this, then please do.
No.
No, don't do it. Right, okay, I'll still bless you. Right, stand up. Okay, be counting and never back down. God bless. Hey. You're willing to join the clan? Yeah. All right, let's go. Come on in. One of the Iron Brews, the most ruthless and powerful, most ancient and wonderful clan, comes to fight against those who say we can't have good flavour. We say, back off. Well, make one anyway. And now we're fighting for that, alright? The right to do that. Okay? On the walls of the stuff are pictures of all of the leaders and characters of the basic clan where it is today. Behind you, sir, is a unicorn, the national animal of Scotland. You can Google that shit. Please now. Behind you, with you. This is Hamish Tiger Firestorm. He is the first true leader of our clan. Spearhead of the campaign, Vape Flavor. Come through, all the way through. Come to me. Ladies, come up here. Sir, could you stand over there, please?
Okay.
Ladies, come through. Everyone come through. All right. Behind you, my dear, we have Mad Jack McMadison, a warrior who still fights to this day. Are you ready? Please, if you're ready. He's a good lad, he'll have you. He'll have you all at the same time. No, he's a good lad. And together we all fight for the same right for great flavour. So remember, stand up, be counted, and never back down. Alright, let's go. Come through. Go, 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 go. Okay, welcome to the food. I smell wash. Everybody, come on, get closer. It's all about the random intimacy. This is Betty, my sword. She's large. There you go. There you go. Take a sword. Take a sword. Always take the most awkward one. That's what I always say. There you go, lads. There you go. This is
for you because you're passive aggressive. There you go. And I'm taking a sword for you. Gotta make sure everybody's armed. There's a reason I gave you the largest one, because I overcompensate a lot. I have a tiny penis. There we go. Everybody's armed.
You know that's on the internet forever now, right?
I just got this army. You got to wear a kilt. So it doubles up as a cape. Here you go. Going that way. I'm that way. I'm that way. That way. Now that you're looking more the part, this is not warfare. This is sunscreen. Because we can't have you getting sunburned while you're on the battlefield. There you go. Cover up your T-zone. Right around there.
Lovely, thank you.
I've got you covered little because you've got the X factor. Look around there. Nice. Oh, you're looking fierce. Look at that. Oh, it's all about the lines and the contouring. Oh, look, it's so strong. Look at that strong shoreline coming out. I just want you to, this is original, not guys. Here we go. Oh, it's all coming together like very, very photogenic group, I'm going to say. Very photogenic group. So nice to see. So, now the next stage of this is to make sure that you're all looking like the unit that you are, but you've also got to sound like the unit that you are, Scottish. So after me, you're going to say, Iron Cruise. Okay. The cross-eyed is optional. Iron Cruise. Oh, almost one more time. Iron Cruise. Oh, I felt that in my kilt. Everybody follow me. Keep on going, keep on going. Right, everybody, keep on going. Speed up. Everybody swords come. Swords in the air, lads. Can everybody have a moment for our man Wallace? First name William, surname Legend. Right, swords in the air. Right, everybody, swords in the air. And you're gonna learn your battle cry. It's written on the wall behind this gentleman here. You can take away our freedom, but you can never take away our flavor. Yeah. So, after say it and charge. 1, 2, 3. You can take away our freedom, but you can never take away our flavor. Jump charge!
Right, okay, yeah, so that was the Riot Squad sort of, I don't know, I keep wanting to call it the line ride. I don't know if you've seen it I think it's Simpsons, it might be Family Guy, where there's like a thing called the line ride, and maybe it's Lenny from the Simpsons queues up for it at the fair, and everyone's queuing up, and then you get to the end and just walk out and go, oh, that was it. They're just a line, and then the line ends, and that's the end of the attraction. And that's kind of what I felt a little bit here. I mean, it sounds really harsh, but we're going through, and they're building us up, and we get there, and we go charge, and we charge out until, oh, that's it, it's finished. So yeah, I was expecting more. I was expecting sword fighting and death, and you know, it was really good fun going through it. But it did feel like the Blair Witch Project, yeah, where it builds up, and yes, it's going to be good, and it just finishes, and you're like, oh, come on. Maybe I just wanted sword fighting. That might be what it boils down to.
He got overly hyped up at the start of it because they had a screen above that was playing clippets from Braveheart, so he saw all the blood, he was hoping for blood.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, but yeah, it was a fun experience nonetheless, but not entirely what I was expecting it was going to be. However, we did get a goodie bag when we left, just the one between the two because we're a couple, and it's true, we only got one bag.
You make it sound like a colostomy bag.
But anyway, loads of goodies in the bag. You know, sunglasses, there was a pen, there was like vape bands, a little bottle of Iron Brews, and yeah, it was all good stuff. And so yeah, it was a good experience, and yeah, good stuff at the end. Free shit stuff. Yeah, we're all about the stuff. We tried out their juices, and of all of them, the new one they're promoting, Iron Brews, that is my favourite. It's almost a little bit Turkish delight. It's, you know, obviously going to think Iron Brew, but it's softer than that. Like, oh, it's brilliant. Anyway, enough about that.
Moving over to Steeped now, who had a sort of different idea rather than the big castle or, you know, the scare maze. They brought a surfboard rider.
It's like a mechanical ball, but for cool people, you know. Actually, no, that's it. Yeah, fuck cowboys. Yeah. What? Yeah, it was like a mechanical ball, but a surfboard, so you have to go on it and balance, and they were like desperately trying to get us to go on. Me with a gammy back and Tony with Tony, you know, we were just like, it's not happening, is it? But you can go on and we'll film you, so that happened, and here it is. Yeah, that dude from Steeps who was there doing his thing, he was a really cool dude. He was doing it earlier in the day. We saw some video footage of the girl we were talking to was working there. And yeah, he was on there with a drink and caught a frisbee midway through doing it. And he's got one of the best times. I don't know how it ended up at the weekend. That's a shame we didn't find out because it was like a competition. Who can go the longest.
Yeah, leaderboard. Who shot the longest.
But yeah, it was really good fun. Yeah, it adds to the sort of fun atmosphere of the day, and yeah, a very nice touch.
And a step out of the norm, this year they set up in the middle of the whole event carnival stuff like
Wurlitzers,
yep,
twisty spinny vomit machine,
yep,
which we have some good footage of, and some
bumper cars, which I remembered.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to do the bumper cars, but I always get told off because apparently you're not supposed to bump stuff on bumper cars.
That's not right.
Yeah, it's no fun. But yeah, I didn't even try it. It looked fun. Yeah, one of the best things for me as a bystander on this, because I'm all about roller coasters, not so much about thrill rides. I had a bad experience on a thrill ride when I was young and nearly died, and yeah, I'm pretty scared of them now and just don't like the whole being shook about thing. Weird roller coasters I'm okay with, so yeah, there you go. But the best thing as a bystander, apart from watching people screaming terrorists, they're being smashed about, is the airflow it creates. It created this huge fucking turbine, and it was brilliant. You're like, this is really nice. Yeah, because you're in a room full of vape, you know, which is awesome, but at the same time, it's nice to have that breeze from the machines.
Yeah, not only that, it was sort of like a hot weekend. I think probably one of the hottest on record, of the year so far. So being in this big hall with minimal aircon, it felt like that having that machine going, having that lovely breeze blow towards you. Obviously, I'm standing there filming, just like getting all the footage that you're probably going to be seeing like this, and making sure Slack's got my back because I'm wearing the backpack with all the stuff on, expensive stuff in. He's nowhere fucking in sight. Where the fuck did Slack go? This fucking spinny thing stops and he comes trotting round the corner. Oh yeah, I've just been in the safe zone in case anything went wrong.
Yeah, he decided to film it from the splash zone. I've seen so many YouTube videos of this shit going wrong and taking people out. He's big enough to take a knock. Look, I'm all puny.
That's great, isn't it? He fucking trotted off. He didn't say shit to me.
You were filming. I would had to have interrupted the filming, man. Plus, you know, if it took out both of Smog Vlog, that would be the end of Smog Vlog. I was thinking Team Smog Vlog here. We could lose one.
The greater good.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we can lose one, but at last one of us is still here to carry the flag. It's all good.
I definitely get the feeling, though, if we lose one, it's going to be me in any situation.
Yeah, I've seen all those horror films. The fat bloke dies first.
Yeah. And nextly, I don't know, we met up. Well, met up with is a bit weird because he just walked around the event. The robot dude at the Vaper Expo.
We ran into him.
Yeah. I mean, he was the Mark II version, so he didn't look as pissed off with Slack being so tall, you know.
Yeah, I think maybe my spine's compacted as well. I didn't feel as tall that day. Too much of a good thing, I think. So while the event was huge, it was nowhere near as crammed as it had been in previous years, which meant we could get round to all the vendors and sort of have a nice talk with them, even though it was kind of difficult to hear. Because even on the business-to-business day, everyone had their music cranked up to 11. The Council of Vaper guys had their own music going, and they're right opposite, like on the fairground attraction, to bumper cars or something, which had its music absolutely blaring out, which is commonplace. It's all well and good, and that's great for having a good time. But trying to talk, reviewer to vendor and stuff, and it's well, you got a what? Who fell off the what? And it was interesting. I mean, it makes for a really great experience when they're there for the day at the weekend, and you're there to just sort of experience it as a thing. Really good. But on the business-to-business day, I thought it was a bit much, personally, when we were trying to make that all-important contact with those vendors.
I think the better example of that was on the other side of the event, where we met up with, I can't remember the name of the juice company, Moonshots or something like that, some weird name. There was an Eastern European guy that was behind there, and he was going to come out and talk to us, but behind us there was another juice manufacturer that set up studio fucking speakers on their small little plot, and they were blaring it at 11, and I have trouble hearing different nationalities in the first place. It's quite difficult to sort of like place it all together. The guy walked out from behind the little desk thing to stand right next to me to try and say what he was advertising and what we were interested in, different flavours to try, and I just had to say, sorry mate, I can't hear you to sort of like even try your juices, because after we try that, I've got to then talk to you about what we do as reviewers, and do you want to do a review with us, and this, that and the other. I was just like, I can't be dealing with it. I just got to get away from that fucking noise, because it is driving me mental. And on a business-to-business day, that is just crazy.
Yes, it's going to be interesting to see, the numbers of people that went this year. Well, certainly this one in May, because it's coming up again. But yeah, where it's so big, it was really hard to gauge the amount of people that were going around. Now, was it just it was so big and well organised that it felt like less people, or did less people come out? Because we've just had the TPD kick in, like not 6 days ago. It was so recently. In the build-up to the TPD, people have been buying the shit out of all that e-juice online, getting, sort of show prices. So maybe some people thought, I don't need to go to the show because I've just bought 2 years' worth of juice. We've certainly done that, but we're still there, going, sort of getting, get the whole experience, sort of talking to people. But, maybe some people decided not to, just because they've stocked up for now. Maybe some people thought, the TPD was going to ruin the experience. It was just going to be shit compared to previous years. But, certainly I just want to say that it was absolutely not the case. This is something I sort of touched on earlier that I wanted to find out. And I'm really pleased to say that it has not at all. So obviously, the only real difference for me, obviously the bottle sizes, but even then you get packs, and it still works out similar. Maybe some of the deals weren't quite as good, because we picked up the 180 mils of One Hit Wonder before for like £25. I think we got a bottle there for last time. However, now they've gone down to the small bottles, the deals aren't quite as good there, but there are still deals, and most of them are comparable. Instead of the 30ml bottles for a tenner, you get 3 10s for a tenner. So it's very comparable deal rates. And the only other big thing for me was the zero nick when we're sampling things. I don't tend to vape zero nick because I don't get the throat hit, I don't get the experience. However, that actually worked out pretty well going around, because we were still getting the flavours, which is really what you were trying, and it didn't sort of tire your throat quite as much,
I don't know about that, because while the juice didn't actually tire your throat as much, with the banging noises, you found yourself shouting at so many people. You walk out the event at the end of it and you're like...
Yeah, but that's from shouting. I think it was a little bit better. And yeah, I wasn't at all put off. In theory, I was beforehand. I was like, that's going to be zero nick and it's going to be crap. it wasn't. It really wasn't. So that's really good. Not only that, so the other sort of worry about the TPD and the TPD's impact on Vape Expos and the vape industry was, how manufacturers are going to react to it. And since the TPD's hit, we've seen manufacturers change their website, do loads of sort of work. Talking to the vendors there, they've done loads of work on their juices. They've sort of gone away, got them sort of a TPD ready, and they've actually used that as an excuse to improve on everything. There was so many improvements there, just sort of from familiar old faces that we've been seeing at the shows and stuff. Attitude Vapes, they've changed their entire lineup. They've gone from 60/40 to 70/30, tweaked the flavours, got them all TPD ready, and they are a huge improvement. They're already good, and they've gone from good to this is just spot on now. Especially their Winston, the tobacco one, which they've toned down the tobacco, up the chocolate, and it's just proper nice. So it's really, really good to see that the TPD has not yet stifled the vaping industry. It seems to have strengthened it, certainly from our point of view.
Right, trying to be upbeat with this next bit, but it was great moving around, talking to the vendors. We saw some subscribers at the event as well, and also people we know. However, one bit I want to say first is that a lot of the Chinese manufacturers that are there, I think we've said it before in previous vlogs, there is a real language barrier trying to talk to people that are representing their brands, because their native tongue is not English. So
I'm just thinking of the AWT people when we were asking. That was the longest conversation in the world.
5 minutes just to find out how long a product has been on the market for. I literally went through 6 variations of how long has this item been for sale for. I eventually had to turn to Slack and say to him, how else can I say this?
How old is this device? It's new. No. How old on market is the device? And then after, it's literally 5 minutes just trying to ask this one question. And eventually you see the penny drop, because they're just answering completely different questions. How old is the device on market? My name is James. How many?
2 amps.
No, not amps.
8 bay.
It did certainly make it a bit of a challenge, because us being us, we like to ask all the questions. We like the ins and outs of things. We see the shiny, it lures us in, and then we want to know all of the details. And a lot of the Chinese vendors there struggle to answer our questions, and they're the obvious questions that you're going to be asked. Does this take dual 18650s? No, because they don't understand you. And when you do go around and talk to a vendor who, there is no language barrier, and you can hear everything that's going on. It's amazing the amount of communication, because you ask questions, you get them answered correctly, and sometimes with more info, which brings more questions. And very quickly, you've learned everything about a product, and you sort of really understand it without, spending 5 minutes asking one question.
Aside from that, it was great experience going around and talking to all of the other vendors. We include those vendors because although there is the language barrier, it's still nice to see them, and what little information we can garner, it's always appreciated. So while going around these sort of events, you're bound to knock into or bump into people that you know from the old YouTube channel. Sometimes it was us, which was very nice to meet you guys. Sometimes it was us meeting other reviewers that you guys would probably know from YouTube vaping videos, like Todd in his shed, and Dimitri, who doesn't actually do reviews anymore. But there was also Dino the Vaping Biker as well. Bit pissed off I didn't manage to shake Vaping Biker's hand. But next time, I think I've said that about 3 times now at 3 events, but it'll happen one day. I'd like to compare beards with him.
As well as that, we ran into Vinny from Sir Vaping a bunch of times. Really nice guy. Had a good chat with him. If you haven't seen his channel, do check him out. We'll probably link it up below. Really, really sound bloke, and he was having a very similar experience to us. And we seemed to run into him every time we were sort of out the front trying to leave or come in, and that we were like, oh, there you are. Yeah. And it was really great seeing him. So do check his channel out.
So, while talking about people that we met, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Lauren. Lauren, it was lovely meeting you. We did take a quick video because I couldn't be asked to figure it out how to actually take a time-lapse photo, or I couldn't work out how to set a timed photograph to actually do that. So maybe video coming up now. I don't. Lauren, hi, you're shouted out. Well done.
Yeah, it was really cool chatting to Lauren. She said that when she first got into vaping, she saw one of our videos from a previous Vape Expo, and yeah, that was one of the reasons she wanted to go, and then she bumps into us there, which is really, really cool. It's a nice, humbling experience for us. Okay, so we're going to do a whole section now on all the different juice companies that we remember. It's definitely not all of the juice companies. There were so many. I mean, the mix of hardware and juice was perfect. I think it was absolutely spot on. The right levels, you know, that there was so much of everything that no one could complain, I think.
To give you guys an idea of size though, we covered maybe 70% of the show being the vendors there, and we were there for probably a combined 16 hours. We still couldn't get round to everyone. It was just huge.
Yeah, so we're going to run through the juice first, and then we're going to talk about the hardware stuff second. So in no particular order, first up, I remember, is Zeus Juice. Went and had a really nice chat to them about, you know, their sort of TPD compliance and, you know, the juices, tried their juices out, having been recommended them by several people before. So yeah, went and tried them, really good.
I believe there might be a picture coming up about now.
Yeah.
Yes.
With my naked buddy, yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, I couldn't get the camera to take the shot where he was actually just sucking him on. He got pebbles in his mouth.
Yeah, it was interesting chatting to Zeus about, you know, the colorants they had to take out and some that they could then put back in, how they had to change all their colorants just to get TPD ready. But yeah, the crux of the matter is they've been working on their juice and they've got some really nice juices, so I expect there will be a review coming soon, which is nice.
Next up were Dinner Lady, bringing their A-game as always, promoting their summer holidays juice line for everyone to try. And the special thing that they did here was that they had like little dispensers set up on a bar so that you could try a little shot of the drink. And the drinks were actually made up of the juice lines as well. So you try the drink, it's like, that's really nice, that's really nice, it's lovely. And then they'd say, go over, you know, have a vape, see what you think, if you like them. And we did.
Yeah, so Sam was saying that's the best part, but I mean, for me, there's also, they had like, you know, the girls going round and they had like this sort of thing where you pose for a photo with like a surfboard and stuff, and yeah, oh, we're getting some real lag here. Maybe I'm just moving really quick.
Yeah, just stop doing that, Flash.
Yeah. But yeah, so we went and posed, got our picture taken, which was really cool. Then it's printed out and given to us in fridge magnet form. Yeah. Being reviewers, they've hooked us up with some review samples, which we're really pleased about because we really like the juice. So yeah, again, review coming soon. But not only that, we were given like, it's like a girl's summer hold-all bag.
It's a beach bag.
It's a beach bag, right? And basically, I was walking around with it. I got so used to carrying a handbag, like, it didn't even occur to me that it's a handbag, and yeah, in like very girly colours, you know. But I reckon I was rocking it.
It felt natural, I think, is what we're trying to get at. It felt natural.
It did. And we got frisbees and juice, and yeah, so much cool stuff. Like, yeah, very impressed.
Dinner Lady definitely bringing their A game
again. Yeah, very quickly again, Attitude were also there. Like I said, 70-30 now their range, and it's some great improvements. So we're probably going to be re-reviewing those just from the sort of shades up. Also, we haven't reviewed the Earl yet, their sort of cucumbery one, and again, improvements on that with the 70-30 mix. So yeah, awesome meeting Attitude again.
Indulge were there again this year. We met up with them last year and we had a really good conversation with them again. This year they've brought out some new juice lines. We've got samples this time round, so review incoming.
Yeah, they've made some huge improvements to their flavours as well. Again, last time they were good, you know, they're nice, but this time it's just like I was trying them, sort of expecting them to be a sort of similar quality. But like, wow, this is good. You've done really well here. It's like a huge jump for them, and yeah, really good. So I'm quite looking forward to getting into reviewing that.
We're completely fucking up all of our future e-juice reviews going forward because you know the deal for all
Spoiler
of them.
Alert. So one thing I thought was interesting is there are a few sort of juice manufacturers out there bringing just one juice. So the two that sort of really stuck in my mind was Circus Cookie. Now that is a thing in America. You know, it's an American sort of sweet cake treat biscuit thing. I don't know, sugar coated cookie. I don't know what it was, but I tell you what, the juice was just awesome. It was really, really nice. Kind of hard to describe. I'm going to get a review done, so we're going to have to work out how to describe it, but really, really nice juice. The other one from memory was the Custard Company. Again, just there with vanilla custard, and it tastes so much like a bowl of custard, and yeah, really, really nice. So again, probably a review coming on that. It tastes like custard.
The other guys we met up with were Capella, the guys that actually make the juice concentrates for us. Fucking awesome company. Really like the guys there. They hooked us up with everything by the feels of it.
It's probably not everything because they have such a phenomenal catalogue.
A4 fucking page, and it was like three lines of tiny writing. You're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, we heavily use Capella when we make our own e-juices now. Yeah, they're one of our biggest sort of uses. Not our only, but one of the biggest.
Not because of this event in history going back. We've always really liked Capella.
Yeah, because they're sort of one of the first people to pull out diacetyl, stuff like that. You know, and they're very clear about it. It was also really great talking to them, finding out their background. You know, they came from sort of teas and coffee sort of flavourings for cakes and stuff many years ago, and then the owner got really into vaping, and you know, basically like us, you know, he's like, well, this is great for your health. I want to really, you know, promote it, help it, go for it, which is how Capella have sort of pushed into that market. And this is again going back years now, and it was really great hearing that story because it was so similar to our own, you know, and it shows why Capella are going strength to strength with sort of vaping concentrates, you know. So it was really nice having a chat with them. They were sort of heavily promoting their Fuji apples e-juice, which we tried, you know, little sort of sample, and oh my god, it is just so mouth-watering, and yeah, really good. So we're going to be mixing some of that up at some point soon, and going through that, and probably some other ones. So yeah, I have a question. If you're interested in e-juice concentrates, let us know what sort of flavours, you know, you'd like to see us review, and if any other bits around that, do let us know. As we already said, Riot Squad were there. They were promoting heavily their Iron Brews, their new one, which I freaking love. I say it's that Turkish delight almost taste. It's not supposed to taste like that, but it does. I mean, that's what I'm vaping right now, so I know that's what it tastes like. Love it.
I hate Turkish delights.
But you like Iron Brews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, to me it tastes a bit like Rose Turkish delight. Obviously, taste is subjective. You know, we're seeing it here in action.
Next up were Tailored Vapers, bringing their shark gummies, tailored iced tea and drip up.
Yeah, I stumbled across a juice as well by a company called Bubble Island. I really like the marketing, which sort of lured me in because it was Bubble Bobble from the Taito games from way back in the 80s, you know, when I was a kid. You know, this is one of them things where, you know, okay, I'm going to go off on the waffle here. But, you know, it's that vaping advertising to children is really bad, you know. Yet, at the same time, it's not. I mean, Bubble Bobble was a game from my childhood, you know, and kids won't know what the fuck that is nowadays. And I saw it, and I'm like, that's awesome. And so it lured me in, you know. I'm a sucker for that sort of thing. I went over and I thought I'd try out their juices. They're all pretty nice, but peach and lychee, oh, it's awesome. There's like a little bit of a cool kick to it, and yeah, it's just done really well. So yeah, Bubble Island.
Next up was Glas, who I was quite happy to meet up with. I'd seen their products previously a long time ago. I've always looked, I mean, they are so fucking eye-catching. You see those glass bottles, it looks like aftershave or perfume or something like that. You don't know. It's a frosted bottle, silver top, nice fucking lines. I know it's got nothing to do with the fucking juice. I just love those fucking bottles. They look great. But actually, you know, going to the... We've seen it at events before. We've never actually managed to get round to them to actually try the juices. And this year, I'm happy to report that we did. Oh my God, I'm so happy that we did because they taste absolutely lovely. And we're going to be hooking up with them to do a review.
Yeah, that's quite a bizarre thing there, because Tony's all like, fuck's sake, you don't vape the packaging, but, you know, there, it is just so nicely done that even Tony's in love with it. Yeah, there were Legends Hollywood Vape Labs there, with a sort of big superhero theme going on, and I'm like, oh, Hollywood, see you from Canada.
Hey?
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I mean, they're really cool juices. Like quite a big lineup, but good nonetheless.
Next up, we met up with the guys at Just Jam, who were being distributed by Ace of Vapes Distribution, and they're promoting their new one, Raspberry Scone, which was delicious.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really enjoyed those. Jam on toast ones and stuff. They're all really good. It's a really good line, and the new one, brilliant.
Another bunch of great guys from Candy Cove, who are from Ireland, advertising a huge lineup, which we'd be looking forward to trying out.
Another funky one was the Lemonade House, which I think was at Coco's Kitchen, and they had like a wooden lemonade stand, and they were giving out sort of shots of actual old school lemonade. Not fizzy lemonade like the proper lemonade. Jesus Christ, why are there two drinks called lemonade? Fuck's sake. Anyway, they were doing their own lemonade juice, and I didn't think I would like a lemonade, but I thought it would be quite hot. I'll tell you what, really, really nice. Really impressed with that.
Traditional homemade lemonade, and while he was talking to the guy, I was there at the machine just like I didn't have any water on me. It was like, this is fucking lovely.
I'm surprised you didn't just stick your head
under
it.
I didn't do a Barney from Simpsons, but I was just making sure no one was going to come over and have a go at me. It was just so nice.
Yeah, Truvape were at the Council of Vapor stand, some nice e-juices there, and really nice chatting to those guys.
And we're also looking forward to hooking up with Council of Vapor as well. And lastly, but by no means leastly, Element, as always, at the show, bringing it with their new Quiet Owl lineup of e-juices.
Yeah, which we tried and were really nice. So yeah, it was really good. Wouldn't expect anything less from Element, really. And there were tons and tons of other juice manufacturers there. I'm probably forgetting to mention some of the stuff that I really like. But over 2 days of just constantly going around, it kind of gets a bit much. Again, we failed with the notepad, which we knew we were going to do. But yeah, there was just so many really, really nice e-juices, and it was great to see everyone 2 fingers in the air, so the TPD saying we can get through this and we're going to come out stronger.
Now moving over to the hardware side of things at the event. I mean, there were loads there. I don't think we got round all of them. Yeah,
it's really great to see so many hardware vendors and all sort of different types of hardware, We'll go run through everything. It's in absolutely no order, just the order that I happen to remember it and jotting it down. Starting with Vaporesso. They were there promoting their new NRG tank and the Revenger kit. Really nice looking mod, really interesting looking tank, even though the tank was bigger than 2 mils, but they weren't selling it. They weren't selling it. You can show stuff. But yeah, it looks really good design. I always like Vaporesso stuff, so I can't wait to give that a try in the future. Out now-ish, I think. Imminent, if it's not out yet, it's in a couple of weeks or something. So yeah, that was exciting.
And before we progress with the list any further, there were a few other manufacturers there that did have the larger sizes of stuff. Like more than 2 mil, more than TPD is allowing. However, a lot of them were saying, yeah, we know it's too big, but we can make the glass smaller, we can shorten the chimney pieces, and we can make it compliant. It can be great for everyone.
So Tesla were there again. We've seen them a lot at these expos. Promoting all their stuff, but especially the new sort of 120 watt Nano, which now takes sort of dual 18650 batteries rather than the built-in LiPo. So yeah, it's a bit of an interesting change. They're also showing their Bitech mech mod, which is a bit like the Hell's Gate, where it's got 2 drippers on the top. Really cool. Press a button, you can turn dripper 1, dripper 2, or both of them on. There's little blue LED lights to say, and yeah, really good. It really kicks. I don't know if it's something I'm going to pick up, but I enjoyed using it. I like that there's stuff out with slightly different designs. And by Bitech, I mean by Turbo Mech Mod, because my brain's fried.
Sbody were also there showing off their latest wares that they've got.
Yeah, iJoy were there with a giant inflatable Pikachu, so there should be a picture hopefully popping up. You might even see the fetching dinner lady summer holidays handbag I was wearing.
Next up on our extensive list was Vapers Cloud. Now Slack spent pretty much the whole of Saturday traipsing around saying, I want an RDA. I want a big RDA. I want a nice RDA. For hours we went around the event looking for something. We was like going to this place, going to that place. There's enough to fucking choose from, because and it's a big enough event that I was fucking hanging by the end of it, trying to find this fucking RDA that this elusive RDA, this mythical fucking RDA.
Yeah, just to clarify, I wanted a new dripper. I wanted it to be big. I wanted it to be exciting, but I didn't want to spend nearly £100 on just a dripper, because I have so many drippers. I have like a bit of a dripping problem, and yeah, I don't think I've used my sort of most used dripper into double figures, because always by then I've got another one that I'm going to get maybe to review, and so I go on to using that. I think less than 10 times I use a dripper, and that's through. And that's just mainly because of reviewing and my buying habits. No fault of the dripper itself. So I didn't want to spend like £100 on one. So yeah, I was trying to find something that I really wanted that was a reasonable price. And we found Vapor's Cloud. And then I was umming and ahhing about this dripper. This dripper.
I actually wasn't there for the first part of it, because I was trying to find some juice for my fucking brother, who said, I want Coke flavoured juice. Could I find fucking Coke flavoured juice? So while I was actually buying juice, Slack was talking to matey from Vapor's Cloud about this elusive RDA that he's now got, and he was showing us the fucking build inside of it. He's got an oval fucking, was it fused Claptons?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous inside. I did enjoy looking inside his mod, and there were more than enough fucking sucking off jokes going on.
Yeah, I think he did actually suck on his mod at one point.
Yeah, I definitely did. Definitely did.
No, he's a really sound guy. So he's like, it's going to be £40. And I'm like, okay, wicked. I'm going to have it, even though it's got a ridiculous build deck. I mean, it's a totally ridiculous build deck. There'll be an unboxing video coming up soon, even though it's a little bit of an older RDA. It's still new to me, and I thought, what the hell, we're going to do it. And he had this awesome oval sort of build on it. I've had a go at replicating that myself, and you can't see that, it's blurry as fuck, but yeah, look at it go, and it's on low wattage. Awesome. So yeah, my winning RDA that I eventually found and decided to buy, even with its unusual build deck, was the Prophet from Vapor's Cloud. So yeah, very happy with going to see them.
So we also hooked up with SX Mini, YiHi SX Mini. I had a really good chat with those guys. Slack obviously had more of a chat than I did. I was somewhere else, probably working while he was pressing the flesh.
Man, that's working. I was talking to people, making contacts, talking about the club scene from back in the day. Working really hard. But yeah, really, really nice guys. Obviously showing off all their awesome mods. Look a bit like that. And it was quite interesting talking to them. One thing that I did sort of find out is about the sort of price locking that they do, to sort of keep the brand at a level. So that's why you don't see sort of price drop off on the YiHi stuff. SX Minis come out and they're one price and they stay that price for a long time. That's because it's locked in by the parent company, and I kind of get that. As a consumer, I don't like that, but you kind of get that, because otherwise it destroys a brand and one brand. But anyway, that's done. More importantly, for us, the consumer, beauty rings for the SX Mini G class. They were good, complete with the little diamonds round.
Yeah, they were absolutely gorgeous. I didn't actually think to look at them. It was Slack that noticed them. Tony being completely fucking blind or knackered or something. I don't know. It was only as I was walking away that Slack said, They're beauty rings. They're beauty rings. I was like, I haven't seen a fucking beauty ring since Ego, sort of years ago, kind of thing. But these fucking huge beauty rings, and they were diamond. I think they were diamond studded or something like that.
Yeah,
it was like
something.
It's really gorgeous. Really fucking sets it off nicely.
Yeah, sadly they only bought 20 to the UK, because they're not out yet. They're not out for another couple of weeks, something like that. And they only bought 20, so they had sold out like in the first day. And I'm really annoyed because I didn't own a SX Mini G class on the first day. I do now. And so we went back and we were like, we want beauty rings. They're like, no, all gone. Oh, which is a shame. But yeah, it's really good. They had a really nice stand, obviously showing off their really nice mods. They've got new Kevlar for the G-Class as well. That's coming out. Looks very similar to the carbon fibre, but, you know, Kevlar.
Yeah.
So there you go.
When carbon fibre just won't cut it. Kevlar! We also met up with Atom, who were hooked up with the V-God, you know, the Tricksters. They had their little booth there, but round the outside, had Atom advertising their wares, had a really nice lineup.
So yeah, one of the things that was really cool there was the filling mechanism they've got on a tank, you know, similar design to the Sbody TA, you know, just to give you an idea. It's like a dripper with posts into a little tank, you know, so... But they've got this filling mechanism in it where you just pump the bottle straight in. It's got like this bearing thing and it just goes straight into the tank. No mess. You don't need to look. You don't... Done. Brilliant. Really, really
Fantastic.
good idea. The hardware is just exceptional. Really, really nice. Really clean. Really good high standard hardware. We hadn't heard of these guys before, you know, they've been about for a while. It seems really strange that we missed them. A real shame because, yeah, their hardware's really good, so they're now on our radar. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. Also, they had like some of the best packaging I ever saw. Like it's done like old VHS or Betamax sort of tapes from like back in the 80s. You know, again taking me back to my childhood. Yeah. Not in a bad way, just it is really cool retro. And the guy was like, "Oh, yeah, if you think that's cool, check out the stickers that come in the box." And there was like a NES controller, a VHS thing, and a cassette thing. Really, really cool. So we've got a picture of that, maybe.
Probably coming up now. We also dropped by Innokin stand really quickly just to have a look at what they had going on with their latest stuff. They were more interested in asking us about tank design though, and what we thought about tank design. And we showed them sort of like the Rainbow Effect Crown 3 that we've got a review coming for. Channel it'll be coming up. But they were asking us about filling mechanisms to the top of it, and while we said that if I say it, it's going to be giving it away. It will be in the review. Right, there were several things said about the Crown 3. Some good, some bad. Check our reviews later on for when it comes out. You too will know what was said at the expo. But ultimately what it essentially boiled down to was that what we felt at the minute was that eLeaf Mellow 300 had the best fill design that we'd seen to date.
Yeah, it was really good actually sort of chatting to these people about, you know, just vaping stuff in general. It shows, you know, their staff have got a real interest into what they're doing and what other people are doing and what people like. So that can all get fed back into the design machine, but, you know, back at base and bring out better products for everyone. You know, China aren't too big on their copyright laws, so, you know, take an idea and improve on it. That is Chinese philosophy. Talking of which, Asmodus were there. Now, I wanted to get in and have a proper talk to them, but they were always busy, so I felt a bit unfair seeing as I mainly wanted to talk about their lawsuit against Sbody. If you haven't heard what's going on there, in America, Asmodus have blocked the sale of Sbody products that are copyright infringement on Asmodus stuff like Snow Wolf, because basically Sbody, they reckon, have stolen all this stuff from them, and so obviously they're looking for some financial comeback on that.
Recompense.
Yeah, I was going to say recompense, it sounded wanky. But in the meantime, they've been given a sort of court clearance to actually block sale of Sbody stuff. So all your Snow Wolves and all stuff with this Modus design, Innokin, you know, so a load of other stuff. But not just Sbody, all the other Sbody companies that, you know, involved, to just stop the guy in charge from ripping off their designs. How well that's going to work, I don't know, because like we said, in China, the sort of like, you know, idea of taking someone else's thing and redoing it yourself and improving upon it is okay. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. I did want to talk to Asmodus about this, but like I said, I'm sort of pretty much abreast of it anyway. But yeah, Asmodus were there showing their wares. They've still got some really great stuff, and yeah, best of luck with them.
Smok were also at the event, but like I said earlier, a bit difficult with the you know, language barrier and also the thumping going on in the fucking background. But great to see them there. They had a really nicely laid out stand. And also Geek Vape were there, you know, bringing their wares, and nice go to see everything that's going on with them, you know, all the peerless and everything else. So yeah, it was good looking at their stuff.
Also on there, they had a battery stand, from Golisi, who I'd not heard of before. We had a really good chat with them about their batteries, how their Panasonic cells from Japan, shipped over to China, assembled properly. We were really impressed with the sort of construction quality, nice thick wraps on them. We actually got a few review samples, so we're going to be putting them through their paces. We're not battery testers, we're not Mooch, we're not Torchy, so it's not going to be at that level. I would like to see those tests for them because the cells look really good. All the batteries themselves, the units, they look really good, look really professional. 40 amp rating, not continuous, but the 40 amp rating nonetheless. How well it performs to that is going to remain to be seen, but review coming soon.
And staying with the battery sort of side of things, there was a whole host of other battery manufacturers at the event that we sort of like mooched around and had a chat with, or at least tried to chat with as best we could. Obviously, Efest, they're always, they've been at the past few events that we've been to, showing off their new wares and what they've got and all the lovely shiny colours and, flashing things at you. It was all very nice. Was kind of half tempted by the new V6 on there, not so new anymore, but I held off. Wait until later to find out what I did buy.
Well, you probably won't have to wait very long, because next on the list is AWT. So they were there. Oh, AWT, we mentioned earlier, had real language barrier problems. In fact, all the battery manufacturers, I think, struggle with the language, varying degrees.
Well, apart from Golisi.
Apart from Golisi, that is true. But AWT were there and showing their wares, including a very interesting 8-bay battery charger,
which I bought.
Yes, because it is how old?
8 months, apparently.
How long has it been on the market?
To be fair, I don't know if that is the accurate answer to the question, though.
Yeah, could have been asking how old a baby was.
Yeah, exactly. What is the gestation period of a hilltop goat? I don't know. Also, Nitecore were there with their new. They also had an 8-bay battery charger, but it was standing up. It was standing up. It reminded me of something out of Star Wars. I wasn't sure about it. It looked weird, and I didn't like the idea of trying to get getting batteries into a battery charger is a difficult enough task when it's flat to the ground. You sort of like ping it. If you're doing it one-handed, you ping it. You can do it like that, and it will shoot off that way. But you can sort of like catch it. With it standing up, there's a real fucking danger of getting a battery to the eye.
Okay. Some people may have to worry about that. The rest of us just get on and use them. But there we go. Yeah, MXJO over there. We always hear so many good things about their batteries. Now, I think they must be a lot more honest with their amp ratings than a lot of other people, because I was very underwhelmed with the amps that were being displayed. They're 20 CDR for pretty much all of theirs, and that seems really low for their high. This is like our Mega Vape one, 20 amps constant drain. When we got other batteries at 25, pushing 30 constant drain, it seems weird that a battery that's highly regarded just coming in with 20 amps, pulse to 40, that's fine. But they look nice, they perform well.
And lastly, for the batteries, Imren will also put in an appearance showing their latest wares, what they've got going on as well. Some interesting, some.
Yeah, it's really great to see so many different battery manufacturers there. Rather than just the Juice and the sort of mods and ATIs and stuff. We've seen that grow over the shows that we've been to. It's one too many. It's just suddenly boom, exponential growth. We're going around. Oh, more batteries. We probably didn't mention all the battery manufacturers that were there. Just the ones that we saw, remembered, and sort of like went and checked out thoroughly. So it was good to see that many.
Also, honourable mentions go out to Vapebox, who I saw there as well, which are actually selling. I don't know. I didn't actually go speak to them, but they had the vape boxes set up, which we've seen at a previous event as well. And also notable that like the manufacturing side of things, like the automated conveyor belt sort of systems. Loads? Is loads the right word to use? A lot more than I was expecting. I could probably count about 5 that I remember off the top of my head. Different manufacturing, sort of, and that's good for business to business sort of stuff. It definitely pushes the field forward.
Yeah, everything from semi-automatic vape filling machines through to labelling machines. So yeah, it was good to see the sort of industrial side of it, you know, to push the business forward.
And we'll stay on the hardware side of things while we chat about these heat don't burn systems. You know, the thanks, delicious. The systems where you still have the tobacco, but it's heated and not burnt. I mean, most notably IQOS, IQOS, UCOS, WeCOS.
For cigarettes, oh no, right. Philip Morris. Hi, Philip Morris.
Hi, Philip Morris.
Yeah, so yeah, so they were there, and a couple of other vendors.
2 other Chinese vendors were there as well. Completely dead.
Yeah, like there was no interest in it. People were walking past, maybe like a couple of people we saw sort of mooch into the IQOS one and just sort of see what it was and turn around and walk straight back out.
Yep, I've given those up now.
Yeah, and we did exactly the same. I mean, really, as reviewers, we should be going to check it out.
I won't, but I won't. I refuse.
I have no interest in it.
No.
Yeah. Let us know if that is something you'd be interested in. I'm not saying we're going to do it for 1 second.
I won't.
But I want to know what you guys are interested in. So, yeah, is that I quit ordinary smoking, heat not burn, you know, those sort of devices, are they something that you are interested in or not?
From our personal perspective, like we've said in previous vlogs, it definitely feels like it's a transition period from going from smoking to vaping. It is that middle step. But for us being vapers already, and we are constant full-time vapers, haven't touched a cigarette in fucking years, it's not. It would feel like I'd be going a step.
Yeah, definitely.
And that does not sit well in my mind.
Yeah. So as well as that, there were tons of like really great shops and sort of distribution places where we'll just give a quick shout to a few of them. Evolution Vaping were there. They're always really good. They had some really great prices and yeah, bought loads and loads of stuff.
Bought loads and loads of stuff.
Yeah.
Also a quick shout out to Ace of Vape Distro with a huge lineup of different juices on show.
Yeah, talking a huge lineup of different juices on show. US Vaping were there, as were Flawless, you know, with the tons of juices and stuff going on.
A firm favourite to the expos is, as always, e-cigarette wholesale UK. We've seen them loads of times before. Brilliant bunch of guys. They've always got a huge fucking array of mostly American stuff, which is, as always, delicious.
I mean, there were tons and tons of others, not all of them we could even get to. But yeah, lastly, I suppose Grey Haze were there. And they're running a code for 15% off Expo 15. Don't know if it will still be valid by the time we get this video published, but worth checking out if you want 15% off because you couldn't make it to the Expo. Yeah, one last thing to sort of say about, unfortunately, we did get an STD while we were at the Vaper Expo. No, not that. I saved the date. So yeah, new one's coming up in October. Hopefully a picture popping up now showing what the date is.
No, if you want to know the date, you have to join our Instagram thing. Do the Instagram thing. Friend us on Insta. I don't know how this fucking game works. Do something with Instagram.
Yeah, the picture's there. It's on Instagram. You can see our STD in all its glory.
Gross. Alright guys, we feel like we've kind of covered probably not all of it, nowhere near all of it. We feel like we've covered as much as we can. It's Sunday now, like you said at the beginning of the video. I still feel like I'm completely hanging, even though I've had a full night's sleep last night. I still feel completely wankered. Obviously, as always, our thanks go out to the organisers of the expo. Thank you very much for the press tickets. As always, we are very appreciative.
Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, it was a really, really awesome weekend. You know, a big weekend. It really was a big weekend. They've just gone so big. Had a really great time and would definitely do it again and highly recommend it to anyone else thinking of doing it.
Okay, guys, so that about does it for this, whatever this was. What was this?
A vlog of the Vaper Expo, May 2017.
Thank you for watching. We hope you like what you're seeing and what we're doing for you. If you do, please drop a like. do the whole subscribe thing because it helps us out a lot. Also follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We are quite
Chatty. If you've got any questions about the event, any things that happen there, or you want any other information, do hit us up in the comment section below or find us on social media. But for now, guys, thanks for watching Smog Vlog. Hi, I'm Slack, this is Tony, and welcome to Smog Vlog. Today we're going to have a quick run through of what happened at Vaper Expo. No, Vaper Expo. Ah, fuck, what are we doing?
fucking up.
Yeah.
It's that fucking Iron Brews thing that kept throwing me off. Next up, ready?
Yeah.
Next up, fucking thing. In any situation.
Yeah, I've seen all those horror films. The fat bloke dies first.
Yeah. It's either that or comedy relief, but then I suppose I fall into that category as well. Hi.
Yeah, you can cut that bit if you're not happy with it being in there. I'm fine.
What, fat joke?
Yeah.
Are you joking? We've been doing this for 2 years.
I know,
For
but
fuck's sakes.
yeah, okay, well that's fine. It shows why Capella are going strength to strength of sort of vaping concentrates, you know, and so what? Keep breaking down.
You know.
Yeah.
You sound like Woody Woodpecker now.
Anyway.
He's just been complaining
Why?
to me because his stomach growled and I laughed at it, and then he goes on a waffle loop like that. Ah! Next up was Glas, Next up was Glas, who I was quite happy. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, we got an STD as well.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay, have you been tested?
Save the date.
Oh, right.
Did you take a picture? You did. You tweeted it already.
Yeah, it's Instagrammed.